What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one, the only, Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys for all of your love and support. Over 1,600 episodes and 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so very, very much. And yes, it is getting a little bit warmer outside. Summer is just around the corner, so you know you gotta have some accessories to make sure that your outfits are slamming. Today I've got with me founder and CEO of Karina Brez Jewerly, the wonderful and talented Karina Brez. Hey, Karina.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us. So, to start things off, Karina, where in the country are you today?
I'm in Palm Beach, Florida.
Ooh, Palm Beach. Always pretty good. Florida traditionally has pretty good weather. What kind of temps do you guys having out there this week?
It's been pretty warm today. I took a stroll down Worth Avenue and I was sweating slightly, but it's usually beautiful in the winter. It never snows, and it's just the perfect cool 70s. But right now, I want to say it's closer to 90, 91, 92.
Sounds about right for Florida. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I'm in a neighboring state. I'm up here in Georgia. I was in Orlando for a minute, but yeah, I'm definitely back to Georgia sites. But all right, so Karina, back to it. What was the inspiration behind this jewelry brand?
So I started going to the Equestrian Center with a children's charity called Horses Healing Hearts. And I was at the center, and I've always loved horses. I didn't grow up riding, but I grew up loving horses. And I wanted to combine all the things that I love. I was brought up in a jewelry household. My dad's a jeweler, and he used to be a jeweler for Tiffany & Company. He did a lot of the repairs and stuff in New York before we came down to Florida. My grandfather was a jeweler in Ukraine, and I grew up in this business, so I would say I'm third generation. And to me, jewelry is just a thing. Like, it's something that I would help my parents out on the weekends growing up, and I just thought to myself that it'd be something great to start on my own and have kind of my own entity. And Equestrian Jewelry was an idea that I had while volunteering at the Equestrian charity. So I said, you know what, let me combine the two loves that I have, horses and jewelry, and create this beautiful brand. And that's how it all happened in 2013.
Wow, that is awesome. So in the beginning, what would you say was the first hurdle that you faced?
Oh, the first hurdle was probably the first day that I was setting up my store. There's a funny story. I wanted to get into the Equestrian Center in Wellington. And this was right after my pageant. I did the Miss USA pageant. I was Miss Florida USA 2012. And I came to the Equestrian Center and I said, listen, I want a spot. And they're like, well, we're all sold out. And I told them, I said, listen, we got to make this work. Let's brainstorm. And they're like, we're so sorry. There's nothing we can do. So I decided to kind of walk around the center and figure out maybe I'll find them a space. So I found a space under the Tiki Hut in a restaurant area at the, they call it the Palm Beach International Equestrian Center. So I found this space and I said, look, listen, I'll pay you rent for this little space, count me in. And they agreed to it. So I said, okay. I set up my shop, and a week later I had the fire marshal come in and say, listen, you can't be here. We have to move you.
Wow.
Luckily, they made a space for me inside the VIP club, which was like, obviously at that point was a dream. And I didn't even think of it at that point.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even something that I was then going to ask them to put me in, because it's such a highly regarded club and super uber private, and I wasn't going to come off the bat and just say, hey, listen, just stick me into the VIP. So the fact that, like, it was by chance that the fire marshal told me to leave and they moved me inside the VIP, it's just been a blessing because I've stayed there for the last 9 shows. I've been there. Next year is going to be my 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's just been an incredible experience. But yes, my first hurdle was getting kicked out of the space originally that I was in because of the fire marshal. and, making it in a new space and just thriving.
That is incredible. Wow. Wow, that little bitty space. See, that little bitty space made all the difference. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, as you are well aware, as we've been in this crazy bubble of, I don't know, life living in the last year with COVID. So, I want to ask, how did COVID affected everyone's business in so many different ways, so many different aspects. How did COVID foil some of the plans that you had for the brand last year?
Right. So it was a whirlwind of a year, let me tell you. I mean, highs and lows for sure. In the beginning of the year, I was starting out strong. January was very strong and February was strong. And then the second word got out with COVID, obviously. Closer to March, everything just literally shut down. And March is usually my busiest month because it's the last month that we're open at the Winter Equestrian Festival in Wellington, Florida.
Yeah.
And literally we had to pack up the store the second week into March. And at that point, there was just, everyone was panicking and packing everything up and leaving, taking their horses north or just not going to the center. Yeah. So it affected me in March, but believe it or not, so I kind of took a hiatus for 3-4 months. Everyone was closed. No one was moving. We weren't leaving our houses. I'm sure everyone else can relate.
Yeah.
I sure didn't leave the house. But you know what? I made lemonade. Let me tell you. I took the lemon and I made lemonade. And what I did was I sat down. I revisited my entire line, everything that I've created.
Right.
And a lot of the pieces that I make, I actually draw them out, sketch them out, design them. I make prototypes. We make the prototypes in-house here in Florida, and I make them, I wear them, I see how they look, how it works, by opening, closing, just so many different things that go into making a piece. Right. And a lot of my pieces are trademarked and copyright protected, and which is crazy because a lot of jewelers don't. They just go and buy other companies' jewelry and just sell it for their own, but I actually create my own pieces.
Wow.
So what I did was I designed a whole new collection, everything, like rings, bracelets. I added to one of my popular collections called Huggable Hooves. I added to that. I took the bracelet and just made it all different styles. I added pave diamonds. I added different sizes and widths, made them medium size, just all sorts of different things. The rings, everything was just unique. You can actually see the line on my website, karinabrez.com. And you'll see the new collection launched. We shot a beautiful commercial with a Sports Illustrated model that did the runway walk, which she's a powerhouse. She's so amazing. She's very, very, very nice. I mean, one of the nicest models I've ever worked with. And her name is Mara Martin. She's amazing. And I thought she was a perfect model for my brand. She's definitely an advocate for moms, for working moms, for breastfeeding. She's just kind of on the forefront of that. And I just thought it'd be awesome to have such a positive person as, the cover for this collection that I launched this year. Right. And you can see the video that we've got this year. I mean, it was amazing. We got a horse, we got the beach, we got the model, we got the jewelry. It was just such a nice deal. And a nice direction that I'm taking the brand with, because I'm definitely, a brand that, I want to empower women in business, in motherhood, and all sorts of things. I
love it. So I wanted to, that's the next thing I want to talk about is the current collection. What can you tell us about the collection that's on the website now?
So so I create a lot of unique pieces, and the collection, there's, for instance, Huggable Hooves. It's bracelets that are the horse hoof hugging your wrist. And my whole thing is on that collection, it reveals the love and partnership between human and horses. And to me, it's the new look of equestrian jewelry. Like, in other words, it's not your grandmother's equestrian jewelry.
Right.
So it's new, it's modern, it's timeless. It's very easy to put on and take off. It creates pieces from day to night, so you can wear it all the time. You don't have to take it off.
Oh, I love that. Because there's not a lot of, I mean, they have some brands that do that, but you don't really see that much anymore. So I think that you definitely have an edge up on that day to night. Because sometimes we do. Like if you're, you're out all day and you're working, or maybe you're at a conference or whatever the case is, and then, your girls call you that night like, hey, girl, let's go out for drinks. And, you can just easily just switch it up.
I agree.
I love
it's tough.
it.
Like for me, like I'm a creature of habit. Like if I have a bracelet on or a ring and earrings, like I live in it. I wear it during the day. I sleep in it. I live in it. Like I don't really take it off.
Right.
And so sometimes like it's so hard, just like with women in handbags, like it's hard. Like you put all your clutter in a handbag and you're like, wait a minute, it doesn't match my outfit. And then you start taking things out of there and you put it in another bag and you're like, wait, where's my lipstick or my credit card or, like, it's so hard. Like as women, we have to keep up,
Oh my gosh, it's always
with
something.
So many things. So I try and design jewelry that's just easy. You don't have to worry about it not matching your outfit. Like that's the last thing you need to do. And, and in a society now, we're living with more casual attire. Everyone's either wearing jeans and flat shoes and, neutral colors. And you don't want to have something that's not timeless or something that's really hard to match, especially if you're paying a lot of money for jewelry. You kind of want it to be worn with a lot of different things.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with that. Last but certainly not least, what advice could you offer to any woman out there that she is an aspiring entrepreneur, but she is scared rotten of failing at starting a business?
So, well, first and foremost, I have to say is don't be scared. If you're scared from the bat, there's so much more to come. Just go with your gut. If you feel that you can do it, if you feel that you have something, the world needs, or something that is creative that no one's ever seen, or whatever it is, even if it's something that someone else has created and you can do it better, do it. Don't take no for an answer. Always go with the motto, if there's a will, there's a way. And, in businesses, even if you're 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line in a business, and even though you might have a year that you're super successful, just be humble and know that, yes, you will hit hurdles, and it's okay. You're going to be totally fine. It's just, it's just a hiccup in the road or a speed bump. And the stronger you overcome it, you can look back and learn from, your experience, and just know going forward, like, okay, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Karina, thank you so much for joining us today. We certainly appreciate
thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Aw. And let everyone know the best way to get, of course, to the website and to follow you guys on social media.
Yeah, please follow Karina Brez Jewelry.com. And also my Instagram, which is also the same, Karina Brez Jewelry.
I love it. Much more success, Karina. You've got to come back when there's announcements. I know in the coming months you've got another announcement. You guys had something new just literally pop up within the hour. You must share.
Yes, as of a couple hours ago, literally I'm sharing with you first time, firsthand. I don't even think my husband knows. I've kind of just told everyone little bits and pieces. I was going to open up an office, and instead of opening an office, I decided to open up my flagship store it's in one of the villas off of Worth Avenue in Palm Beach, Florida.
Loving that. Congratulations to you, your team, everyone that's helping push this mission forward. I love it. It's beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you so, so much. And I really appreciate you taking me on and, and having me part of your lovely podcast.
Oh, not a problem. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate everyone that's been supporting the movement, which is ashsaidit.com. And, of course, supporting this podcast. I love you guys to pieces. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.